Chair Preston. Vice Chair Lloyd.
Present.
Commissioner Borders. Here. Commissioner DeChristopher. Here. Commissioner Kilgore. Commissioner Cron.
Here.
Commissioner Perry.
Here.
A quorum's present.
And now can I ask for Commissioner Perry to lead the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. Commissioners and visitors today, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, with that, the public is invited at this time to come up and to give public comment on and discuss any topic that is relevant to or within the authority of this public body. Is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, I will move to approval of the minutes for July 26, 2023.
I so move.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
I don't
Any
oppose.
abstentions?
I abstain, thank you, because I wasn't there.
Thank you. And with that, the motion still passes. Moving on to our meeting item, LU 2023-0315 for possible action. Discussion and possible action regarding an application from Roger Remfer, applicant for a special use permit SUP to allow a temporary tract sales office, model homes, and associated parking on property zone multifamily apartment MFA located at 181 Silver Peak Loop, assessor's parcel number 009-88101, 009-88102, and 009-88103 as amended. Heather.
Great, thank you so much. Heather Manzo for the record. So what this request really entails is a tract sales office and a conversion of Building 10, which is identified here, for that sales office on the lower floor on the bottom left-hand side, and then the conversion of 3 condo units to model home units for potential buyers to kind of take a look at the units before they decide to purchase. So this project, there are 6 buildings that are already constructed. The 3 that are in alignment with where the model home complex is going, and 3 across the street from them. So with this, there will be guest parking on site just to the right of the last green one where that open space is. That area is actually planned on-site amenities. And so here we've got highlighted the sales office, and the blue was proposed parking for accessibility, but it doesn't meet the standards. So Public Works did speak with the applicant and the applicants here to answer questions at the right time. But where Building 9 is going to be located, they are looking at locating the accessible parking space and moving the accessible restroom over by that parking space. So everything will be located on site. There are conditions of approval that are recommended in here. They're typical of the model home complex. The only one unique one is that they be required to locate the accessible parking and the accessible restroom on site rather than along the right of way. So the applicant had noted that they were amenable to that. Staff is recommending approval of this request, and that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Are there any questions for staff at this time?
In condition number 6, which addresses the restroom and the parking, an accessible path from the access parking and restroom to the sales office may not rely on private drive aisles. Could you explain that?
I'd be happy to. So on this site plan in between Building 10 and 17, that's a private driveway essentially. So what that provides is vehicular access through the development and around. So it's, when you look at it, it's basically alley-loaded garages. There's not a pedestrian walkway in that area. So what that condition would require is for there to be sidewalk or accessible pathway access from the parking and restroom space to the model home. So the way that I see it happening on here, and the applicant can confirm that, is there is an existing sidewalk on the left-hand side of building 9 and 10 that does meet accessibility standards. We believe that that's probably where the applicant will choose to set that path.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cron?
Yeah, just one more quick question for you, kind of on those same lines. So just conceptually, make sure I'm going to kind of repeat back what I think you told me. Okay, so conceptually, you're talking about where Building 9 is on the plan, which isn't constructed yet. That's where the new parking lot is going to go and the portable toilet going to go, correct?
I'm going to let the applicant answer the question because I haven't seen the plan that shows that, but that was my understanding.
Oh, hold on just a moment. Can you please state your name for the record, and then you can go ahead and answer.
Building 9 will be one of the last 2 units to be constructed. So that parking, designated parking area will remain intact. By the time that we are down to the sale of probably the last 4 or 5 units, in all likelihood, the sales office will be closed and removed, and the existing sales office area will be sold and occupied.
Can you state your name for the record?
Yes.
Go ahead and state your name.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Roger Remfer,
Thank you.
and I'm the principal with Terramont in Silvercrest. Thank you.
Thank you for that clarification. I appreciate it.
The applicant, you can go ahead and stay up. Stay up at the front here. Do you have anything additional to add as to what Heather presented?
No, I think what she has is quite concise as to what we plan to do regarding the sales office for this project.
And then do you accept the conditions of approval that have been presented by the planning?
I most certainly do.
Okay, with that, I'll have any other additional questions from the board.
Well, let's see. What am I, C3? Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
On vacation, one meeting, and Commissioner DeChristopher, for the record, the question I have is, regardless of where the restroom, the portable restroom is, I understand now it'll be on lot 9 is where you're going to be putting that? The portable restroom, is that correct?
Do you
I'm
want-
asking the applicant, I'm so sorry, sir.
Yes, that'll be
Yes.
immediately adjacent to the parking area,
Okay,
that designated parking area, and it will be paved right to the door of that portable restroom.
so the one that currently, when you come in, come into the development and the sales office, the one that is right there, that doesn't remain there, or it does?
That will be rotated 180 degrees and
To
will be
avoid being
facing
the same.
directly into that parking pad.
Okay, so just a cosmetic suggestion. The fencing that you have around the condominiums, very tastefully done, the black metal framing with the horizontal slat. Maybe a privacy screen? Just a recommendation, because your price point is such that I think that would be a nice finish for the
okay.
approach to your project.
All right,
and for
thank
the
you for your
neighbors.
comment.
Thank you.
Commissioner Perry?
Thank you for coming in, Mr. Remper.
Absolutely.
It looks like a nice set of condominiums there. I just had 2 questions, and they're not really related to this so much, but I'd like to understand this better. The red rectangle up there where they were doing the landscaping today, what is that area there? Is that like a common area in between buildings 7 and 6?
Back in the central portion of the project?
Right, yeah.
It's a designated park for the exclusive use of the property owners.
Oh, okay, good.
And so concrete has been poured there, pavers are in, and as a matter of fact, today they were planting
I saw
landscaping
that,
on
yeah.
that. Mhm.
And my second question is really just related because what are these going to sell for? Is there like a
Price
range?
points will be between $450 to $550.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, thank you.
Are there any additional questions from the commission? Okay, seeing no additional questions, I will call for public comment. Seeing no public comment, I would entertain a motion or additional thoughts on this item.
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion here. I move to approve special use permit LU 2023-0315 based on the findings and subject to the conditions of approval contained in the staff report.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a nice development.
We're very proud of it.
With that, we will move on to item number 7, staff reports. Seeing that Hope is not here, Heather Ferris, for the record.
Sure, Heather Ferris. So upcoming planning commission on the 27th, we've got the master plan amendment and zoning map amendments for the roads and beds areas. You guys had reviewed that with the master plan annual report. So it's just another item off of that report that we'll be bringing forward for your consideration. We have a special use permit for an accessory structure. And then we also have a special use permit for a new fire station. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you for that. Is there any commissioner reports or comments?
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I had my hand up.
Okay, fine.
Heather, I think we've established them, but just because I've slept since then, do we have dates for November and December?
I believe we do. We have a published calendar, and we did try to get those dates, ironed out early in the year.
Yeah.
I can send everybody the link to that calendar. I don't know the dates off the top of my head, though.
Okay. Well, it's getting to the point where people
Yep.
are gonna start planning and,
Yeah, I can send it out tomorrow.
okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Crum?
Yeah, just a real quick question, or not a question, just I guess a comment to staff regarding our workshop that we had on affordable and/or/slash workforce housing. I wanted to say thank you to staff for putting that together. I know I certainly appreciated hearing from the different panel experts, for lack of a better term. And so I appreciated them taking their time, of course, to come in and spend, almost 2.5 hours with us or something along those lines. So I certainly appreciated their involvement. I certainly appreciated staff putting it together, and then the little snack at the break was also very nice too. So thank you.
Thank you for that. Moving on to public comment. The public is invited at this time to comment on any matter that is not specifically included on the agenda as an action item. No action may be taken on a matter raised under this item of the agenda. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, moving on to item 9, adjournment. Do we have a motion? We are adjourned.